Madison knew it, so did Payne. Burbank sang and Susan B. Ingersoll and Asimov both shook free. Russell, Freud, Darrow, and Stanton too. Even Bruno did it, so why can't you shake loose? Shake loose. Shake loose, Bob. Shake loose. Free your mind and see what's real. If the cults don't get you, the good book will. So shake loose.
Hello, and thank you for watching Atheist Viewpoint. I'm David Silverman, President of American Atheists, and here with part 2 of our 2-part special on the installation of the atheist-sponsored monument in Stark, Florida. Today we're showing you clips from the monument, more clips from the monument's dedication, along with crowd clips and good old-fashioned protesters as well.
Hi, how you doing? This is actually the first time I'm speaking in front of atheists. Usually I do it behind a computer or my phone. I'm the founder of North Florida Atheists. Through American Atheists and others here, you've all motivated me to become this. I got in contact with Greg Lammers, forming an affiliation with American Atheists to promote a secular movement in this area of Clay County, Bradford County. I've noticed, I've lived here 7 years, and there's no movement. So that's what I want to bring with North Florida Atheists. I want to work with all of you to bring that, help each other out, to promote this cause, and I really didn't have a speech lined up. 3 minutes. But I also want to work with not only the atheists, but the LGBT community. I'm a big supporter of that, and they've been oppressed just as we have. And in numbers, we're stronger in numbers, and as one of my goals to continue to push for rights for everyone and equality. And not only we're not going to be just activists. We're going to we're going to do some meet up and talk and just get the atheists out, vent. We all need to do that every once in a while, living here. But again, thank you everyone for your help, and look forward to working with all of you, talking with you, and because I am new to this, I will be bugging a lot of you, information, legislation, but eager to learn, very passionate about this, and it is the main goal to do this. So I'll shut up now. Thank you.
Yes, actually, I'd like to put a plug in for my local group, because we all rely on local grassroots activism. I'm with the St. Petersburg Atheists in my hometown. But I do serve on the board of directors, like Brandy, of the Humanists of Florida Association, and also on the board for the National Atheist Alliance of America. Our president couldn't be here today, but I know I speak for him and the entire board when we congratulate Dave Silverman and American Atheists on doing a fantastic job with this monument and with all the work that they do. One thing that I encourage everyone to do is, all of our groups have local meetings, state meetings, national meetings. The best thing to do is to find the groups that meet your needs and support them. Pick one local, one state, one national, or more if you can, but find a way to support one of them. If you want to support the Atheist Alliance of America, we'd love to have it. If not, then there's American Atheists. But definitely, working together and finding common ground is how we make a difference. So thank you very much.
As if the Bible was appropriate. Apparently they don't want the truth in their school. So we have a couple hundred of them. Take one when you leave. We had them printed up. They were supposed to go in the schools, but they rejected them. I want you to think about what's happened here today. We, meaning American Atheists, are placing a monument to reason right next to that treasonous monument to mindless superstition.
Yep.
I'm the poker in the eye guy, okay?
Yeah, I like that.
I say treasonous because those who honor those commandments believe that they should adhere to those commandments over and above the Constitution.
Right.
These people have no allegiance to the country that allows them to freely practice their Bronze Age witchcraft. Got it better laughing when I practice it then. They would see this country turned into a theocracy. Of course, as long as it's their theocracy.
What if
They don't realize that, of course. As a concrete example of that, I have a true story. I was preparing to picket the National Day of Prayer, or as I call it, the National Waste of Time. And I asked the chaplain before our picketing, and the event occurred, I said, how do you pick the ministers that will be speaking this day? This chaplain, by the way, earned, in past tense, over $100,000 of taxpayer money. I don't know why either. That's what you said in your own mind, right? I said, how do you pick these people that speak here? He said, he based it upon the activism of the preachers who came to the jails to help out. And I said that there are hundreds of other cults in this country, and he's violating the Constitution by tacitly ignoring some religions and excluding other superstitions, and of course, discounting the millions of atheists in this country. His answer was, quote, I answer to a higher power. Exactly what we're talking about here. They do not care about the Constitution. God is everything. They would love to see a theocracy established in this country. So we hear So we see here in Stark, the game of whack-a-mole goes on. We win a case here, they pop up a decalogue somewhere else. But this time the chips are falling our way. With the installation of this bench, you're all part of a history today. A march to reason away from superstition begins today.
Yes.
Have no doubts, religion is on the wane. In fact, I just read the other day that in England, for example, in a recent poll of young people and religion, found that only 25% believe in God, as opposed to 38% who definitely don't. It's exactly flip-flopped. In a recent Pew survey of U.S. adults under 30, fully 1/3 identified as nuns. How many of us are under 30 here? Wow, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's about right. About 1/3. Okay, good for you.
30 decades.
Now, I'm supposed to be talking about Flash today, so let me start by saying I grew up in New York. Up there, religion is a sidebar, not a main event. When I moved down here, I was amazed by the number of fishies on the cars, the churches on every block, and that huge TBN TV station, and their huge trailer park by I-95. What a trailer park has to do with religion, I don't know. But they're getting it tax-free. The endless Christian radio stations on the dial, and the plethora of televangelists on TV, especially on Sunday. I began to look around for rational people. I found that Atheists of Broward County was in existence. And that's what we called then. That was about 10 years ago. In fact, it was 10 years ago. We were a tiny group meeting in a bar. We had aspirations, but never in our wildest dreams did we think we'd be on a first-name basis with Dave Silverman, Aaron Raw, Richard Dawkins, Todd Stiefel, Lou Pignani, or James Randi, all of whom have had some connection with our group so far. These were stars in our atheist galaxy at the time. Today, we're right here, with these guys and helping out the atheist movement. We grew and we decided to incorporate to a 501c3 organization. Are all of you leaders a 501c3? Anyone's not? Find out how to get that done then. We can help, of course. We're now Flash, of course, Florida Atheist and Secular Humanist, and our numbers exceed 500. Every week, between 50 and 60 people attend our meetings. We have 4 different meetings. We recently had a summer solstice on the beach. 70 people attended that. So we are on the move, so to speak. Through the years, we've done a lot of things. We've done a roadside cleanup. You know what that is? You get permission from the town. You get a little sign that says, you guys clean up the road, and clean up the road. We had the first atheist billboard in Florida, which said, quote, being a good person does not require God. Don't believe in God, you're not alone. I cannot tell you the brouhaha that created because of a person by the name of Big Mama. Okay? If you get a chance, Google it. You'll see it's on YouTube. We've done a Constitution Day with CFI, a Darwin Day with CFI, Carl Sagan Day, as Jeanette said, the first Carl Sagan Day. We do winter and summer solstices every year. We do astronomy nights, movie nights. We've done a field trip to see Religulous, great film.
Yes.
Field trip to see Bill Maher in person. We had the Rapture Party, that was a blast. Again, with CFI and other groups. We never could get that thing to, I had a couple of blow-up balloons, and it was supposed to be a person blowing up to heaven. It never did go off the ground. I don't know. We had a skeptics fair. At a skeptics fair at a college, we're sitting there at the table, and this college student comes up to me and says, I don't believe in science. What in the hell do you say to that? I don't believe it. You're a college student, you don't believe in science. This is the kind of mentality that all of us are up against.
Humanities major.
I have no idea. There is no discussion once somebody says that to you. That you say, walk away, that's all. You can't deal with that. We've had bowling nights, a rapture party, and we'd like to thank Harold Camping for that rapture party, by the way. Did you have a heart attack or a stroke after that? We protested the Bush visit to Dade College on 07, National Day of Prayer on 09, 10, and 11, and as an aside to that, they did not hold the National Day of Prayer on a public property anymore. They used to hold it in the public service building. They did not hold it there this year. We want to think that it was because of us, but they didn't. We had a great debate called, Is Religion Good for Society? Now, we had, I don't know if you are aware of Calvary Church, one of the largest churches in that area. I mean, they have thousands of people. And they got their best apologist to come and debate one of our members, Lance Bush, he's a philosophy neighbor, philosophy major. Is that water? I'm a Republican respondent to the president. What the hell was it? Lost my place. Right. Great debate. 300 people attended with the cooperation of CFI campus group. 1 or 2 were from Calvary Church. Now they told us that they advertised this thing. They put it through their newsletter, on all of their publications. 2 or 3 people on their side show up. The rest of us were all atheists or freethinkers. And an aside to that is, after we thoroughly trounced this apologist, he came back and said, wow, this is great, let's do it again. It's like, were you at the same debate we were at?
That's fine.
I encourage you to engage apologists, because they are starting from a position of weakness. We've also picketed the Westboro Baptist Church when they were going to come down to picket a gay play in Fort Lauderdale. We arrived, and so did lots of other groups, I guess LGBT groups also. About 250 people were there to protest against their protest. They never showed up. Just a little bit of background. Okay. Flash was part of a broad-based coalition of organizations that included PTA members, union members, student groups, CFI, ACLU, and etc. We were organized to stop the inclusion of intelligent design, aka creationism, in the Florida science curriculum. 13 of our members testified in the state science curriculum town meeting in Miramar in '08. So Flash has done a lot of things. And frankly, with a minimal budget. Only after the RAM, Regional Atheist Meeting in December of 2011, did our budget get healthy. Because of Lou Appignani's $10,000 challenge, which was he would give us $10,000 if we raised $10,000. We didn't quite make it, we got to $4,000, but he gave us the $10,000 anyway, so we were operating at that time with a budget of about $14,000, which is the most money we ever had. We're still operating off of that money a year and a half afterwards, plus a couple of donations here and there, a couple $100 here and there. Money has always been our problem. As an example of what we're facing, if you look around and see one of these billboards, each one of those billboards costs between $3,000 and $5,000 minimum per month. So when you see these little babies and little abortion billboards, 14 of them is what I counted on the way up. Somebody's paying for those billboards. Now, I don't know if that's what they cost off of the turnpike. I'm giving you a basic idea. Some of them are less, but a lot of them are more. I think American Atheists paid like 25 grand for theirs. These things are not cheap. As soon as everyone you see put up by a church, someone is paying for that billboard. And we're operating on a budget of $14,000. Okay. You know how those Christians are so persecuted. So how do we fight back? Well, I'd like to put up a billboard next to every one. They call us atheists of fools. Well, you're calling Mark Twain, Clarence Darrow, Isaac Asimov, even Larry King, Frank Sinatra, all of those are fools. I don't think they realize how many people, famous people, and influential people, have or have been atheists. And what about those TV shows? All they do is ask for money. If you ever watch them, you watch the char ride going by. Okay, we need this building fund. Okay, we need this plane. Okay, we need this Rolex from our leader. That's all they do is ask for money. We'd like to have a TV show. Yeah, I know we have one on the net, but if it didn't happen on TV, it doesn't happen. I'd like to have a mainstream, primetime TV show. I'm rambling on here. Let me just... Okay, today we see a lot of partnerships, including American Atheists, happening. 10 years ago when we started, there was a lot of division. Everybody had territories. Now I see people coming together, which is a great thing. Cooperation is increasing among the various secular groups, and atheism is advancing every day. We at Flash hope to achieve even higher goals. Maybe our dream can come true. As the president of Flash, I sure as hell hope so. I'll leave you with this. This is my aspiration. So aptly put about 150 years ago, man will never be free until the last king is strangled with the entrails of the last priest. Dennis Diderot.
I'd like to invite Chuck Miller up here. He's the for the Alabama Atheists.
I'm your American Atheist State Director for Alabama. I'm new to that position, but I've been around a little while. And I want to start by thanking Dave Silverman for holding the first RAM in Alabama and putting up a great billboard. You know they're all scams in Huntsville, Alabama. The results of that were amazing. There were existing groups in Alabama. North Alabama Free Thought Association that was started by Blair Scott. It was one of the largest affiliates in the country. I think Atlanta Atheists or Atlanta Free Thought was and is bigger. Well, NAFA doubled in size as a result of that RAM. Not only that, there are now groups across the state. It seems like there's a new one forming every 3 months. Places like Calhoun County, Alabama, or a group that I attend as often as I can in Marshall County, Alabama, in a town called Arab. Arab makes Stark look like Paris in the Enlightenment. This is a backward town, and that group is led by 2 awesome activists that many of you know, members of American Atheists, Robert and Mary Posey. So we've had tremendous results there in Alabama. But I don't want to just talk about Alabama. I would have been here whether I was American Atheist director or not, for several reasons. I'm a 5th generation native Floridian. I'm a 2nd generation Gator, and I know this is Gator country, and I'm tired of hearing "Roll Tide" all the time. And people in Alabama are very religious when they come to when it comes to their football. I'm also here because I have always been a huge fan of free speech, and that's what we have here today. And I'm a huge fan of equality, and that's what we've done here today. Let people put their ideas out in the marketplace, see what sticks. Our ideas will stick, and they're going to stick, and they're going to prevail, because people are realizing that their old superstitious ideas do not work. They do not work, they're counterproductive, they hold back progress. I think what American Atheists stand for, and all of you stand for, is the way forward for humanity. So religious people talk about raising the roof all the time. Well, that's great. That gets people excited. But I think raising the floor is more important. Now, I'm referencing a quote by Christopher Hitchens. And Christopher Hitchens, and I wish I had my notes in front of me, so this might be a bit of a paraphrase, but he said, "Give women some control over their bodies and reproduction, and the floor will rise." Well, there's a lot of things that will raise the floor. Anything that brings equality across the board to all people will raise the floor, and that's what we need to do. That's what we need to work towards. Now I'll shift back to what's going on in Alabama for a minute. Next weekend, one of the oldest free thought events in the country is the AFA Lake Hypatia event. If you're considering doing anything on the 4th of July weekend and you don't have plans, I'd urge you to come and attend that in Talladega, Alabama. I know Ed Butner will be there. I'll be there. There'll be people across the state of Alabama and the region there. And these kinds of events are very, very important. But something that's equally important in my mind is getting out in community action. Someone mentioned supporting LGBT events. That's very important. Political events, any kind of community event, because you'll find what I'm finding when you go out and speak to people, there are hundreds and thousands of atheists in places like Alabama, in the panhandle of Florida, everywhere where you would think that there are none, there are many. You just need to go out and talk to them. And you need to be out. That's the operative word. Thanks.
50 years after Madalyn Murray O'Hara founded American Atheists, her words are finally inscribed permanently on public land. I'm very proud to have been at this event, and I'm really hoping that you're proud of being part of the atheist movement as we move forward to put these monuments out there, to make sure that the public knows that this is not a Christian nation and that we are indeed a free nation. And even more importantly, that atheists will exert our equality on this land if it's not granted to us. Thank you for watching this special two-part episode of American Atheist Viewpoint, where reason reigns and reality rules.
Knock, knock, and the sound from my door. You with a message from the Lord. Jesus loves you, yes I'm sure, but I'm not falling anymore. You're trying to save my soul with your washed out eyes, offering me real estate up in the skies. Don't be offended by a word to the wise, but I'm not falling anymore. I've read your Bible and read it well. I've heard all the stories the preachers tell. What kind of saints would create a hell? I'm not falling anymore. Can't you get free from the jail inside? You sold your own mind for a place to hide. Break your slave chains and cast them aside. Freedom's knocking at your door. Half of the world is starved and ill. Their bellies go empty while your coffers fill. Our land is bleeding and the wounds won't heal, and I'm not falling anymore. You quit burning witches long ago. The Inquisition is over, I know. The Pope's even pardoned Galileo, but I'm not falling anymore. Can't you get free from the jail inside? You sold your own mind for a place to hide. Break your slave chains and cast them aside. Freedom's knocking at your door. The look on your face shows a withered brain. Religion has driven you insane. Some want money, you want pain, but I'm not falling anymore. You ask if I'm happy, yes I am. I think for myself, I've learned to stand. Kneel if you want, I don't give a damn, but I'm not praying anymore. Can't you get free from the jail inside? You sold your own mind for a place to hide. Break your slave chains and cast them aside. Freedom's knocking at your door. I wish I could free you from your cell. You disdain life and you're scared of hell. They've indoctrinated you quite well, but we're not falling anymore. Can't you get free from the jail inside? You sold your own mind for a place to hide. Break your slave chains and cast them aside. Freedom's knocking at your door.